in Lincoln.
There's nothing like the view from the cheap seats.
Good morning, sports fans. Welcome to the Cheap Seats on 96.3 FM, streaming live on the web at WLCNonline.com. We've got our Twitter guy with us today. Lloyd's back. Good morning, Lloyd.
Lloyd can work some magic.
We got Joe Ryan with us, and as always, the famous Jim Ash.
World renowned.
Jake, we're at Graue today, if that's what you're wanting to know.
Oh, he's not up yet.
He's not here?
He's not up yet.
Oh.
That guy's a sleeper.
We are at Graue Chevrolet Buick Cadillac today. They're joining forces with the LCHS Choir and Theater Department and hosting a test drive fundraiser today from 10:30 until 1:30. $25 will be contributed by Graue for each test drive. Stop by Graue dealership located at North Kickapoo Street in Lincoln and get your car washed today as well. And enjoy, well, they're not cooking out today. They're bringing in some Sloppy Joes from IGA because of the weather.
Why is it called Sloppy Joes?
Because it gets all over you, I guess.
Why do they say my name, though? Why can't that be Sloppy Scott?
Apparently they were watching you eat a particular sandwich one day and say,
well,
man,
it's something I want to complain
that's a
about.
Sloppy Joe. Joe, what's in that sandwich?
Everybody complains about all kinds of things these days. I think I'm going to start complaining about that. Why am I thrown under the bus for that sandwich?
Well, because you don't eat
Who would I take
properly.
that to if I want to complain? I mean, the mayor? Wrong.
I guess.
Wrong.
Yeah. So come out and you can look at a Sloppy Joe, and then you can eat one too.
You showered up. Have your fun,
I guess Lloyd interpreted that the wrong way. So come on out. It's a great benefit to help out the theater department. And, you know, a lot of these activities, and, you know, we know sports, they're always doing fundraisers. Well, you know, the theater department, they need money as well, you know, for their the plays they put on. And they've got a big one coming up, Peter Pan, which if you have a Peter Pan play
type show,
Peter Pan has to fly,
yes.
right? I mean, it just wouldn't be the same. So in order for that to happen, the equipment needs purchased, and it's costly. And, you know, as far as the equipment and the safety and all that other stuff. So that's what they're raising money for. And that would be pretty neat to see. So please help out. Come out to Graue Incorporated and help the LCHS Choir and Theater Department today from 10:30 to 1:30.
It'd kind of be neat to see Chris Graue get flown across that stage like Peter Pan, too. Just a small, tight outfit, and then just fly him across a couple of times.
The pointy hat. Yeah, that would
land him right out in the crowd, sign autographs. And
he could do you know, he could do a new commercial with it as well, you know. He could have a Chevy, some kind of car out there, and he just kind of fly over it. And
hey, dropped into a convertible.
Yeah,
fly out, pow, sit down. I saw that we got a nice ride sitting over there.
Over where?
Back here in the corner.
Yeah.
At an old Corvette. Not old, but I mean, is that a Corvette sitting back over there? Did you see it?
I didn't look.
Outside.
Oh, it's outside.
It's a very cool looking car.
Yeah.
I think the show might like to have that car. Jim? Yeah.
You might as well talk to a brick wall.
We haven't got much done with management. Our union's worthless.
Well,
all our union's done is manage keep our jobs.
You know, Mark Grote assured us that Jim has a gold card. He just won't let us use it.
Yeah.
So,
Grote wouldn't lie to us.
I mean, we're trying to make this show go big, but Jim just doesn't want to fund it.
It's really reached another level.
Yeah.
I will say that. Thanks, Lloyd, for pushing that up the hill.
Yeah, we're still working on that website, too. Well, we have a lot of good ideas. Just,
well, yeah. Yep. Cubs had a lot of good players this year.
Oh, here we go. They're done. Cubs are done. Baseball's over, Joe.
Is it?
It's playoff football.
NFL's over for us. All three of us.
Well, I don't know about you. Bears are on the upside.
Oh, my gosh.
2 in a row,
They
Joe.
didn't score an offensive touchdown.
Spanked.
They did not score an offensive touchdown.
Well, they didn't have to.
That's
you play
amazing.
conservative. You get up 2 touchdowns, why risk it? With a rookie quarterback, didn't turn the ball over.
I can't fault you. It's a W.
It's a W.
No, that's true. We didn't get one.
Oh, no. Why, did you even score?
Our season is done.
Oh, yeah. It's done.
Why they haven't went out and picked
good.
up
You know what's good, though?
know.
You know what's really good? I mean, it's a positive. At least the Super Bowl.
No, I was just going to say that. Yeah, so we
don't have to
didn't
worry
lose
about
too
it.
much.
Yeah.
The Super Bowl's not in Arizona this year, so we're all right. We can deal with the loss.
When is the next time Super Bowl's there? Probably 2035?
Sure. Oh, no, it'll come back around. It's a nice place out there. Middle of nowhere, no hotels. You will be lucky to get it back.
It's a nice facility, though.
It's a cool place, but it's in the middle of nowhere. Wow. And you coming on?
He says no. Chris is not coming on. He's busy today. He's getting things ready, and you can come get your car washed like we mentioned, but it's going to be inside. They have an inside car wash bay, so if you want to come get your car washed here, donations are accepted.
That's cool.
That is cool.
I missed the times again. 10:30 to 1:30. Did we say that? Did you say that?
Yeah, I think I said it twice.
Just checking on you. I was lost my mind there for a minute. It was over in Manito.
Oh, yeah?
There you go. Good. Cookout fundraiser.
Yeah. All right, Sloppy Joe. It is football. We talk about football, and it's playoff season. Playoff time.
It's playoff time.
Regular season's over. This week's the first round of high school football playoffs. Got started last night with the local team, Rochester, beat the snot out of Fairbury, which that wasn't a big surprise.
We didn't see that coming.
Yeah, we didn't. But, yeah, so there's a lot of area.
What was the final? I say we're going to have Jeb Odam's going to call us here in a little bit.
Oh, yeah? And they're probably getting ready to play today.
Yeah,
huh?
they play today. Coal City. They got to play the Coal City Coalers. I said he'd call in and just talk a little about the playoffs. And
yeah, they're playing today at 3 p.m. Are you going over to that?
I haven't decided yet. Probably not.
No?
No. But he's got to have to win another round to get me over there. Yeah. Coalers are good, though. They're a northern team.
I'm thinking about heading over to Bushnell. They play today. They play Carlisle. My old stomping grounds, Bushnell, Illinois. So they're in the playoffs this year. So thinking about making the trip over there. Stop by, say hi to Mom, and go watch a football game in 30-degree weather.
You know what? It won't even matter when you get there. You won't even be cold. They'll be cooking out brats or something, burgers. You get over and eat 3 or 4 burgers and a couple of brats and settle in.
Is that what you do?
That's what you would do.
That's what I used to do.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. Not anymore, huh? You
yeah.
Healthy. You're like Jack LaLanne, sitting over here with Jack LaLanne. Tell us about some of the little workouts you've been doing.
I don't even know who you're talking about.
I know who that is. You're
is that the juicer guy?
I don't know.
He made that juicer? Yeah. He's like 95 years old, and
he's old.
Is
he Steve?
Oh, he did? Well, the juicer must not have worked all that great.
No, he used to wear the same kind of leotard outfit that
it was like he used to wear like a one-piece
It's a onesie
with collars. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Sleeves cut out. Those need to make a comeback.
I'm sure you have one in your closet.
I might wear one for Halloween. Guess that's tonight.
Yeah, we're dressing you up as Sloppy Joe.
Yeah, that's got it. I'm changing that. Give me a pen. I'm going to write a note about that.
You like my pen?
That's a real nice pen.
Country Financial Joe Ryan jumping on the bandwagon. Go Illini.
Go Illini.
It doesn't work. Yeah, it won't even write.
It works. Those are expensive.
Oh, really?
Let's spent the extra nickel on that.
Good job,
that
buddy.
Tip on the end so you can mess around there with your phone.
Williamsville, they're taking on Spring Valley today. Pleasant Plains, they're taking on Trenton, and Warrensburg versus Athens.
Spring Valley Hall, now isn't that is that where world famous Rio's from? Is he from Spring Valley Hall?
I don't know.
I thought so.
IVCC is up there.
Retired
Illinois Valley Community College.
It's retired state trooper. I'm sure.
That's his.
Craig's not up yet. I thought he was from Spring Valley Hall. Maybe not. He'll call in if he's up.
Well, I mean, Joe, if you're gonna mention,
you can say whatever we want to on this show.
I know.
Nobody's listening.
Would you please be able to back it up?
You can say anything you'd like on this show.
I know. But
no one is listening,
and you do. Let's see. Trying to find some of the other games going on just around the area. A lot of them 4A or 5A, Joe.
Around here, 4A.
Decatur MacArthur, they're going to be taking on Pure Notre Dame. That'd be a good game. MacArthur with a solid season. Mahomet Seymour, they're traveling to Chatham. They're probably in for a rude awakening. Although Chatham's kind of up and down.
Down, but to me, it's a bigger school.
Yeah.
I don't understand how
Mahomet
Seymour fits.
That's how they fit in a 5A when they're in a 3A. Or what's Lincoln? No, they're 4A.
Lincoln would be 4A, I think. Yeah, Mahomet Seymour seems smaller than Chatham, but I guess not. Chatham used to.
Well, they could be one of the smaller schools in, 4A or 5A.
In 5A, because they used to pop in at 6A sometimes, so they down a few kids. Or you know what? They've got a good athletic director that maneuvered that around, and pow, there you are.
I don't think they really have a choice. Let's kick back down here to 3A. That's probably where you're not going to find any of those. What's SHG? They're going
to be 6A. SHG is, and they're healthy, so I think SHG could make a little run. I think they have Chicago Hubbard today at home. They're a Chicago school that I'm sure pretty good. I don't remember those coaches' names, but we used to go to the clinic with those guys from Hubbard. Nice guys. I would think that SHG would beat them and move on, but I haven't seen Hubbard play. Your Williamsville, that should be a good game over there. And that they really, when you look at the brackets, 3A football where Williamsville is, they got stuck with a lot of powerhouses. They think that state championship game will be played before it ever gets to the state championship.
Well, you got
it's so loaded.
You got Bloomington Central Catholic next round, if that's what you're pertaining to. And that 3A is pretty solid.
I saw Bloomington Central Catholic this summer in 7-on-7s, which doesn't mean anything. But
no, it doesn't.
I didn't think they looked very good, but they must have went out and got it going on. Because I don't think they 8-1, 9-0.
8-1.
Yeah, they had a pretty good season. Todd Cece, you going to talk to us today?
Well, I want to know about Bloomington Raiders. Are they?
Bloomington Raiders, no, 4-5. Got beat by 5. Sit down and talk, Todd. Come on. We're live on there now. They're looking at you anyway. Todd Cece here. Hard to believe he's 37 years old.
Doesn't look a day over.
No. Todd, you're not going to sit in and talk with us? You've really disappointed the crowd. The phone lines are ringing up now.
Well, neither does he, so you'd fit right in. Let's finish up the high school football.
Well, let's call Jeb, see if he'll talk to us. I told him we'd give him a call.
We're calling him, huh?
I just said we'd call him about 9:50.
We have to call people. Nobody wants to call us.
It's easier. And I just told him we'd give him a call. Trying to get the brackets up here. And no, not there. I thought I knew where they were.
Well, we'll give you a sec here.
Yeah, I know. Oh, yeah, I know where they are. I told you I did. Everybody slow down. Take it easy. Ran through Dunkin' Donuts today for the first time.
You ran or drove?
Well, I was on a run, and when I came back in, the last mile of my 6-mile run, I went ahead and stopped in and got some coffee. You know what I'm saying? Who is that singing? Somebody that's you putting that on. We on? Coach, you there?
I'm here, yeah.
Hey, Coach Jeb Odam from Taylorville on the air with us. Coach, thought we'd just give you a call this morning. You're preparing for a playoff game. How are things looking?
It's going to be a tough game for sure. Coal City comes in with a 6-3 record, but they play in a very tough conference, and it's kind of a closed conference. They've got some crossover games with the small part of their conference, but they've got 4 or 5 playoff teams on their on their schedule, and they didn't get blown out by anybody, and they won some close games. They won a game on a Hail Mary. They won a game late in the fourth quarter, so they're battle tested, and they've got some very good players, and they run an offense that's going to keep our defense on their toes, for most of the game, and we just have to make sure we don't turn the ball over and execute. It's going to be a tough game for sure.
I know that I talked to you the other night, and they just got done playing Wilmington, who's another playoff school, a good football team, and I think they had to hold them off to win. I think Murph said they got an interception late in the game to win it in the end zone. Otherwise, they would have won their last game. So at least they're making a long road trip down here to you, right?
Yeah, they've got some factors they have to overcome, travel being one, we'd like to think we put up a pretty good environment where our fans are pretty
You do. That's an excellent place to play football. I love it.
Yeah, so, we'd like to think that, we do a good job down here with that kind of aspect. But then they got, we're 8-1. We've got a lot of confidence going on. We've got some guys that have some pretty good seasons, and defense is holding teams down offensively. So, we'd like to think that we're doing a good job on and off the field, and that'll create some problems for Coal City for sure.
Well, jumping to the conference, you thought you got rid of Lincoln, and all of a sudden we're back in there. So kind of get a little rivalry going again with Taylorville.
Yeah, it was always a very good rivalry because, when Jared was there, or even when John was there was always some close games. And just, the same type of kid, the same type of athlete, the same type of community going against each other year in and year out. And, throughout the years, we won our fair share of games, and Lincoln won their fair share of games. And I remember one of my first years Lincoln came to us and thumped us, beat us pretty well. And that was a good game for the Lincoln side, not very good game for our side. And to have them back in the conference with, again, the same type of athletes, and, they came to our place this year, and the score probably wasn't what they had wanted, but, they got plenty of talent. I know they're a young football team. They've got a sophomore quarterback. They got a couple sophomore wide receivers, some guys up front that are young. And then Titus Cannon gave us fits in the run game. So, he did some things that gave us some problems, but we were able to overcome those and put some points up on the board.
Now, you've been through the transition from Central State 8 to the Apollo. Do you think that you've really benefited from that? Obviously, the Central State 8 schools, there's a lot of elite football clubs there. And does that benefit you, and does it kind of give a different outlook on those kids because now you're going into games that you can win or compete? I feel that Lincoln, although their record didn't show it, they have to have a better feeling of the outcome of the season because they were able to participate and, be in close games with a lot of the teams in the Apollo.
Yeah, I think as a coaching staff, when we sat down and in the Central State 8 every year we looked at two games, Jacksonville and Springfield High, and said, we've got to find a way to win one of these two games because, we had, the Griffin, Rochester, and Chatham were just in a little bit different stratosphere than we were. Different demographics, different types of kids, just different. They're different than the rest of the Central State schools, and those are games we knew we were going to have to play really well to have a shot in. And then when you throw in Springfield High and Jacksonville, we thought we were kind of on par with them, just, how we ran our programs and style of offense and style of defense. And the last year we were in the CS8, we were able to beat Springfield High at their place, and that got us to 5-4. We lost the Jacksonville game that year, went 5-4, and that's kind of how the feeling was the last couple of years. The Central State 8 really started to take off. Rochester won a state championship. Griffin really turned it into overdrive. Chatham was getting up to 1,400 kids, and Springfield High was getting up in size. We kept getting smaller. They kept getting bigger, and we just kind of reached the line of demarcation where there's got to be a change here. Something's got to give, and it was controversial. There was no doubt about it. The town halls were, lots of people for, lots of people against, and when the decision was made, there's still some hurt feelings about it. And that's fine, but there was a breath of fresh air throughout the entire athletic department, and I think our coaches felt it and the players felt it. And it really has been nice from a football perspective. I can tell you this, there are some coaches in our building that coach other sports that think the Apollo Conference is probably a better conference in their sport than the Central State 8, top to bottom. Right. There are sports, cross country, track. You can probably throw baseball in there. We're top to bottom. We've got some pitching in our conference that's pretty gnarly. We've got cross country, we've got track, so you've got to show up for your game every single play, every single rep, every single track meet, every single baseball game, because there's a chance you to win or lose. I don't know if you can say that with every sport in the Central State 8. So it's been nice. It's been refreshing. I'll use the Mattoon game a couple of years ago. They beat us 31-27, and I can go back to two calls that I made in the game. One was a surprise onside to start the second half that we didn't execute very well. Kid caught it and went down the sideline and scored. And then a pass play late in the game that, I miscalled and ended up being turnover on downs. And we're in the red zone then. So you take away those two calls and we win the football game. And that wasn't quite true with every game we played in the Central State 8.
Sure, but I think if we look back at history, you guys have had a very successful program over there. I mean, when Coach Alberson was there, how long was he there?
16 years.
I mean, you've had some successful programs over there, and I think if we look through the Central State 8 records, Did you not beat Griffin the most out of anyone?
That's correct.
Yeah, that's a big deal. You guys go in there. You're pretty proud of that, aren't you?
And how many times would that?
You knew that.
You go back to 1993 when the conference was started. We had 1,100 kids in our building.
Oh wow!
We're down to 760 kids.
Wow! See, I wouldn't have realized that.
We're losing 400 kids. Chatham at the time was the second smallest. They were right around 750. And now look how much they've grown.
They flip-flopped.
Next year, Rochester's probably going to be bigger than us. And when they came in the conference, everyone thought they'd be the smallest for a long time, and now they're going to be bigger than us.
And he keeps rolling it up and doing it, doesn't he? Wow.
Oh man, it's from
unbelievable.
Top to bottom, and I'm in charge of our youth football league, and they've got tons of kids playing youth football over there. And this year, our Super Bowl we played Rochester in a 5th grade game, and we finally beat them 19-14 or 14-8. I can't remember what the score was, and we thought that was the greatest thing since sliced bread.
I saw a stat the other day that said that that Baker kid, their quarterback, had thrown for 40 touchdowns going into last night.
No interceptions.
No interceptions, and
they haven't had a turnover
all year.
I think I was saying it, but I guess you did.
Well, I'm just backing you up because usually your information is false.
See, I had something to say there, and you cut me off.
They haven't had any turnovers all year, and that's saying quite a bit when you're playing the competition they are. And they're running, and I'm sure they've had a ton of running clocks. So your JV team or your sophomores are going in there, and they're still not turning the ball over.
Right.
So, that's saying quite a bit.
Well, and the other thing I always say is everybody says, well, I think Rochester will be down next year. Well, the only problem is that those kids practiced against the state champions last year all season. So they're probably pretty good.
Yeah, there's about a 0% chance they'll ever be down.
Yeah, it's amazing. Hey, so talk about some of those other schools that from the Apollo that got in the playoffs. We got Effingham out there today.
Mm-hmm. Effingham is a school, and Coach Effner's the head coach over there, and he will admittedly tell you they don't do much. They really don't. They, formationally they don't do a lot. Run game they don't do a lot. The passing game is kind of limited, and that's exactly the way he wants it because he is huge up front, and he's got a running back in the backfield that they give the ball to him 35, 40, 45 times a game. And they win football games. And I'll give you a good example. When they played us, they beat us 50-37. They had a punt return for touchdown. They had a kickoff return for touchdown. We threw a pick six, and then we muffed a punt inside the 5.
That hurts.
Right. So we're up 24-7 about midway through the second quarter. Clock's ticking. And he is still running the ball. He's pounded in there. Power, counter, just all power. And he's pulling guys and getting that tail back up in there. And they just slowly started chipping away at us. And, our game plan was to throw the ball quite a bit because of what their front six is pretty good. And they got a few more stops in the second half, and they kept running it. Our guys kind of wore out, and their guys didn't. And that's exactly what he does. And they're really good at it. Muhammad Seymour's a team. Coach Plogue's been there a lot of, quite a bit, and they run some flex bone principles, a lot of wing motion, a lot of motion in the backfield with some counter. They've got a quarterback that can absolutely sling a third-country mile through one of the prettiest balls that we've seen in a long time against us. Just about a 60-yard post pattern that when he threw it, there wasn't anybody in the vicinity of it. And this receiver they've got, junior kid, just came out of nowhere, hit him in stride. It was kind of fun to watch from a quarterback perspective. But
we
only got 3 in this year, so.
I like the flex bone and the little bit of film I saw on that kid at Effingham. I noticed the one thing, and it always kills you if you're on defense, is that he falls forward all the time. Every time he gets tackled, he's falling forward. So there's you're getting 2 more yards every time.
He's probably going to get it, even if you make contact with him in the backfield. He kind of spins and drops his weight, drops his center of gravity, and all of a sudden, he's leaning forward for 2 yards, and he's tough. We bottled him up in the first half, and it just works out in the second.
So your game plan today would be what? You going to tell us?
Well, I can't give away all my secrets. I'm sure Coach Hutchins is listening to this right now.
Well, fortunate for you, nobody listens.
Colors are got it all dialed in right now.
Yeah, they could. You never know. Coal City Colors coming down.
When you look at our offense, we're a big play offense for sure. We've had some problems this year kind of sustaining drives, but we've got some of the athletes we have on the perimeter and the athlete and Evan Champlin in the backfield, and Brandon does a nice job. He's rushed for over 500 yards. He's throwing for 2,500. Our game plan isn't going to change much. We've tweaked some formations. We've tweaked this. We've tweaked that to kind of match up with what they're doing on defense. But, we're going to look to throw the ball vertically, and we're going to run power and veer and counter like we've always done. And I told the kids on Tuesday, I said, I go, we don't do a lot of stuff laterally or horizontally because that's not where the end zones are. The end zones are north and south, and that's where we want to go. You look at our passing game, 4 verticals, fades, slant fades. We'll sprint out, throw some comeback. You know what the comeback route is, right?
Oh, yeah. And it's so opposite from where we are because –
explain it, Joe.
Bloomington, we want to throw the ball. Bloomington want to throw the ball out in the flat and get in space.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, 2 different schools of thought there, but, going sideways, the only thing sideways is the sideline. I don't like that. I want to score some points. So hopefully we can, get some big plays from our big guys and keep the tempo up and score some points.
Well, Coach, always want to see some conference schools win, so good luck today. That's why we gave you a call. Push the Apollo on, and hopefully you're moving into the next round next week.
Coach, do you run inside drills?
What, like inside run?
Oh, that's just an inside joke we have here.
Inside run.
You run inside drill. We think there's some merit to it. I don't know how much we're running it, but we run some inside drill.
Joe,
if you're going to pound the rock, you got to be able to run inside.
That's exactly right.
Joe,
apparently I'm on the outside of the joke, so I'll just let
you got to have an inside run drill going on.
Yeah,
That's
Joe,
exactly right, Coach.
Joe will explain it to you later on. But, Coach, good luck today. Hopefully you guys can keep moving on and represent the Apollo Conference and, hopefully watch you on TV day after Thanksgiving.
Hopefully we can get those sirens going today.
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
That's fun stuff.
Get going as many times as possible. So
I
appreciate you guys having me on and, tell all the Lincoln faithful that I've known through the years that I said hello. And, we'll see you guys next year.
All right. Have a good day, man. Good luck.
Thank you.
Jeb Odam joining us from Taylorville. They got a big playoff game, 3 o'clock.
And like to thank him for taking some time out. I'm sure he's probably at the school.
He probably slept there.
Yeah, getting, watching some tape and just kind of tweaking a few things, getting ready for, I think it's a 3 o'clock kickoff.
Yeah, 3 o'clock over there. And that is a fun little place to play football. It's not a stadium. It's not anything. It's good old-fashioned football out there in the middle of a field, and here you go.
I was over there. Well, Austin played his junior year of football, so we were over at Taylorville. I think that's the year we beat them over in Taylorville.
You can't remember.
I don't know. Yeah, but
we've had some good teams, and it's a good program.
All right, let's take a commercial break. We come back. We're going to talk about
something. It's a show about nothing.
It's about nothing. So stay tuned. You're in the Cheap Seats with Scott Kirby and Sloppy Joe. Welcome back to the Cheap Seats on 96.3 FM. We are at Graue Chevrolet for their fundraiser drive today. $25 they will donate if you come out and test drive one of their vehicles, and all proceeds will go to the LCHS Choir and Theater Department, which we have Kim Quinn on the line with us now. Good morning, Kim.
Good morning.
Good morning, Kim.
Thanks for taking some time to give us a call, and big things going on out here for Graue today. Trying to help out your program so we can see Peter Pan fly. Can you tell us a little bit about what's going on?
Sure. Well, today the money that is raised will go towards both the choir program and our music theater program in the spring. The money for the choir goes towards things like music and costumes for the madrigal dinner and accompanists and choreographers. The money for the spring musical is going to help us get Peter Pan off the stage floor and to fly. And we had an alumni benefit concert a couple of weeks ago, which was a huge success and lots of fun. We raised a good amount of money there, but we still have a ways to go. So, so that's what we're out there doing today.
Now, you come from your family, you have some well-known actors. I know one particular individual was on a movie called Lost. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
And,
yes, that is correct.
And kind of disappointed.
Yeah, that's
John Locke. John Locke. And kind of disappointed how that turned out. Kind of the ending on that just kind of threw us all. But That was one of those movies that
some people loved it, some people hated it.
Yeah, I mean, it was one of those movies that or shows that just drew you in because you didn't know what was going to happen week to week. But yeah, and how are you? How is that your? How's that related to you? And is that
that is my husband's brother.
Husband's brother.
My husband's brother. So my husband is one of 11. They had a nice big family.
Wow.
And he and his brother Terry are the two actors in the family. But everybody sings. They're just a very creative group of people. And
probably.
And my husband, of course, is teaching. He's head of the theater department at Illinois Wesleyan, and he does the Illinois Shakespeare Festival, and he does a little bit of TV. He was on Chicago PD last year, and so there's some talent in that family for sure.
Probably interesting, really interesting and fun family reunions.
And you're pretty talented too. We know that. So
well, thank you.
We know that. Well, we've got Chris Graue sitting on here with us. Chris,
I asked Jack Graue to come
talent
up.
in his family as well.
Yes, and he's very talented.
I asked Jack Graue to come up. He's out kind of ramrodding the food venue out in the service department, and he's part of the choir and theater program. So I thought I'd maybe have him come in and make comment and tell us what it means to be part of that program.
Sure. I think that being part of the choir, being part of the choir and the theater program, you're immediately part of a family, in my opinion, because, you have so many people who just share this love of performing and music. And so if you are the type of person who just likes to make people laugh, who just likes to be around people, and you like being in front of people, I think that theater and music and choir is ultimately the way to go, because
it
is to perform and be in a show is the most rewarding feeling in the world. You put hours upon hours into this show, and you sit or stand or whatever you need to do to memorize your lines, these monologues that you have, and then to be in front of those people and finally do what you've been worrying about for months and hear them cheering and clapping. It is the greatest feeling in the world. It is absolutely incredible. So I encourage anybody to do theater. I would encourage every single person in the world to give theater a try, to give choir a try.
Does this guy help you with your lines?
Not exactly.
I hear the practice from afar down in the in the living room when he's up in his room practicing his lines and singing in the shower and singing different places. It's pretty exciting.
We're talking about when we get this Peter Pan thing going on, that your dad's going to fly across that stage.
Oh yeah, that's happening.
He's got to try it out.
I said only if Joe Ryan's controlling the cables.
I'll make sure you make it. You'll be all right.
I'm very excited for Peter Pan. I've done the past two musicals that we've done at LCHS, The Music Man and The Pajama Game. Those were both awesome. I remember during The Music Man we had our first opening number, and it's called "You Ought to Give Iowa." No, it's called "Iowa Stubborn," and the last line of it is "You ought to give Iowa a try." And so the very last part of it, all the guys were wearing hats, and the last part of it, "You ought to give Iowa a try," and we all took off our hats, and then our hats come back on when we stop. And I remember just that exact moment, putting my hat back on during that show. I remember, this is where I need to be. This is absolutely incredible. That's
very cool.
What I need to be a part of.
That's very cool.
In high school. So I've made so many.
It's pretty cool when you get. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Jack.
I've made so many friends during my involvement at the LCHS Choir and Theater program. I've met so many incredible people during speech. There's just so many great things. There's so many great people to meet.
What grade you in?
I'm a junior.
You're a junior. Okay.
Yeah.
It's from a parent's perspective, it's certainly fun to see the things develop and see the practices and the hours and hours and hours that they put in to have it all culminate over a 3 or 4 day period when they have the 3 or 4 performances, and be able to sit in there and watch the stuff. And he comes home and talks about this scene and that scene, and they're doing this and we're doing that, and then to see that all come together and see the kids all work together as a team. It teaches them how to work well for a common goal and kick towards a common goal to accomplish something. And certainly hats off to Kim Quinn for the hours and the hard work that she puts in and the vision that she has to put this program together. We're just thrilled to be a part of it, and really want to try to help support this program.
Absolutely. And I think
Thank you.
a lot of these programs are overlooked, with the theater and choir department. Everybody's all focused on sports, where there's other things to do at the high school if you don't necessarily want to play a sport and you're involved in something. And like you said, it's a family, and you guys get together and you have fun.
Yeah.
Well, this alumni performance that they did, this choir fundraiser that they did about a month ago, was really, really fun. And to see that group of kids come together on stage and sing a couple different songs. They sang Bohemian Rhapsody by Queen.
Wow.
And
awesome.
it was really, really good. We've got it on video, and we've watched it several different times, and it's just neat to see those kids sing and come together and have a good time. They just have a blast together, and it's a very well-rounded, great group of kids for our kids to be involved with. We like it.
I think the weirdest thing about that performance for me is I've grown up listening to rock music my entire life. So Bohemian
From your
Rhapsody.
dad?
Oh, totally. Every time we're in the car, it's Aerosmith, Rolling Stones.
Well, there you go.
But I've grown up listening to Bohemian Rhapsody. I think it's one of the greatest songs of all time, and I had to relearn how to sing the entire thing just from hearing Freddie Mercury's incredible voice my entire life. But then having to relearn how to sing it in a choir. It was just an interesting experience, but I thought the alumni concert was amazing. It was really cool to see all of those people over the years of PQ's teaching at Lincoln Community High School, for them to come back and almost give another hurrah for choir.
Yeah.
So
It was really thrilling. It was quite a day.
Kim, how long have you been out there now?
This is my 24th year.
Wow.
I'm actually second in seniority out there. It's a little daunting.
I tell you what, that time has flown.
It's been a
You've been there that long. Holy cow.
It's been a great career, I'll tell you that.
You don't seem that old. You must have started right out of high school. 18,
That's right.
19? Yeah, okay, that's what I thought.
PQ, you don't look a day.
You're a smart man, Joe Ryan.
PQ, you don't look a day over 20. Let me tell you. Every year.
Round noser.
Hey, come on.
Before we run out of time here, we got to kind of cover the festivities that we got going on here today. So, should we talk about that? Just
absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. Yep.
From 10:30 until 1:30, anybody 18 years or older, if you come out to the dealership and drive one of the vehicles that we've got set aside, we will donate $25 to the LCHS Choir and Theater programs. We have a car wash that's going on today, and we also have a sandwich sale. We're selling Sloppy Joe's chips and drinks from Lincoln IGA. We were going to cook outside, but with the weather the way it is, in the mid-30s most of the day and spit and rain, we just decided that we would go kind of the easy route. The car wash and the cookout are completely whatever you want to donate. There's no price on it. If you want to come out and give $5 or $50 for one or both of them, come on out, test drive a car, get your car washed, get a sandwich, help support the theater and choir programs. It's a great program to come out. So 10:30 to 1:30, come on out. Sandwiches will be ready here in about half an hour. So come on out here and see us at Graue Incorporated on North Kickapoo Street in Lincoln.
Nice job. You sound like you've done a few commercials.
Hey, Chris,
I have. Yes,
can
ma'am.
I give a shout-out for the Madrigal?
Sure.
Yeah.
You betcha.
So Madrigal dinner is always the weekend before Thanksgiving, and you can get tickets by calling the high school, or if you know any choir students, they can sell you a ticket. So again, that's the Thursday, Friday, and Sunday before Thanksgiving. And your boy is our master of ceremonies this year. He's our jester. So
yeah, he is. I'm very excited for that.
People should be
looking forward to that.
That's fun.
Pretty good chance I'll be at all three performances.
That is. I'm very excited for that. Yeah, it's absolutely amazing. Everybody should go to the Madrigal. It's absolutely amazing.
All right,
see me get up in a jester costume. It's amazing. Bells on my hat and everything.
That's good stuff. It is. So 10:30, it all starts out here. Get out here, get your car washed, grab something to eat, throw a few dollars in the bowl. Got a bowl over there or something?
We've got several bowls.
Okay.
Come into the showroom and register. You'll have to register. We'll also, if you come out and do all three, if you do the road test, get something to eat, and get your car washed, we will email a 50% off coupon for your next oil change. Half off.
Wow.
So how's that?
That's very good.
Yep.
Nice job, RJ.
Yep.
Thanks for calling in, Kim Quinn. Come visit us sometime on the come visit us sometime on the radio.
Okay, anytime.
All right.
All right, Kim, we'll see you here in a couple minutes, all right?
All right.
Hi, Ward.
All right, Kim Quinn, the director out there, and it sounds like a good program, and
Good
it's been
old
around for a
PQ.
long time. Just
PQ.
Yeah, that's what we all call her.
PQ?
We have a warm-up in choir, so we warm up. You can't really sing without warming up first, so we just go through the alphabet really fast. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z. That's just
we do it all the time on here.
Oh, yeah. And every time we get to PQ, everybody just goes, PQ, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z.
That's pretty cool, Jack.
That's funny.
It's a laugh a minute with this kid around.
Never a dull moment.
Well, we
That's
know where
good.
he gets it. Keep it real.
I don't know about that.
All right, well, we got to go to commercial break. Our last one. We come back, we'll wrap it up. So stay tuned. You're in the Cheap Seats on 96.3 FM.
You got enough room?
Yeah, I do. How about you?
A little side piece of the table. Just want to see enough room.
Well, usually Jake takes up half a table, so I don't know where he's at, but
no one knows where he's at.
Navy beans, meatloaf sandwich. Sloppy Joe, sloppy Joe, yeah. Sloppy Joe, sloppy Joe, come on. Sloppy Joe, sloppy Joe, yeah. Sloppy Joe, Well, I ran one morning that I woke up to see all the pepperoni.
I'll tell you what,
Come
you
on,
are a
kid.
funny man. That's what you've been working on over there?
yeah.
I saw you working on that
I've
phone
been-
over there. I'm going to... It
Come on,
doesn't even
get
go together. A sloppy Scotty sounds so much better. Hey, you guys stop
You know
by
what,
for
that-
sloppy Scotties?
That does sound pretty good.
Yeah, it does. And I'm going to get this changed. No more Sloppy Joe.
No.
We're not making fun of people named
We'll
Joe anymore.
never get rid of Sloppy Joe. Speaking of, they're going to be here today. Some Sloppy Joes.
Sloppy Joe's out
Come
of
on out to Graue Chevrolet, 10:30 to 1:30. Test drive a car. $25 goes to the LCHS Choir and Theater Department. Get your car washed. Donations accepted. And as Chris mentioned, if you come out, test drive a car, eat, get your car washed, you're going to get an email for 50% off your next oil change, which that's huge.
You know, everybody can use a 50% off oil change because everybody needs an oil change.
Yeah, and if you don't, your car's not going to last.
Hey, next week, guess where we are?
We are at the Jakes.
You think he'll show up?
That's a 50-50.
We've been locked out before.
Yeah, we have been.
We've all
locked
witnessed
out.
that.
And it's inside time now. I mean, the weather has turned, so it's not like Jim can just set up and wait for a power source.
I say if he's not there, we wait for him to get there, and it's 100% off everything in the store.
And when
it's a clear the shelf.
Whatever you can
sale.
fit in your pickup is yours.
Well, as we talk about NFL football, I am sure of one thing.
What are you sure of?
America's team will not get beat this Sunday.
Because they're off.
And
the Bears travel down to New Orleans. Bears fans, are you excited? I know we didn't score any offensive touchdowns last week, but defense is looking pretty good.
Yeah, you know what? I don't know how they won that game, but they did. So.
Well, they scored more points than Carolina. Cam Newton just looked off. He looked bad. Did you watch the game?
Yeah, I saw in and out, yeah.
He just didn't look like he even wanted to be out there. I don't know if he's not healthy or what, but something just wasn't
mad about
right.
something. Maybe he's a baby, so maybe he's mad about something.
He just didn't act like he even wanted to participate in that football game, and
maybe it was too cold for him. I don't know, but yeah, he didn't look very good.
No.
Let's talk about baseball then a second.
All right, let's do it. What do you want to talk about? Dodgers, Houston?
I tell you what,
Houston wins last night. They're up 2-1.
A pretty exciting series.
Fun series.
Absolutely. And our boy, Teen Wolf, he already hit a homer, huh? You like Teen Wolf?
I don't just
Teen Wolf Turner? How can't you like him? All that mess he's got going on. I think it's funny. That's good. Well, you should grow your hair like that.
I'm trying. Trying to get my beard going like that.
You going to go no shave November?
Yeah. Are you?
Yeah, why not? Why wouldn't we? Whole station.
Jim? Do it, Jim.
He sets a
He won't even do that.
Fence sitter.
I know.
He's not sure if he's going to do that or not. Look at him. Come on, man. Be one of us.
I'm doing it. Look, I'm doing it, Jim.
He's doing it.
Be one of us.
Lloyd, you in?
Let's do it.
Yes.
Okay.
All right, Lloyd's in.
The radio guy, Jake, are you in? I don't know if he can grow a beard, can he?
Oh, he's too young. That little baby cheeks.
Little baby
I don't even
face.
think he has whiskers yet.
No.
Hey, Lloyd, what about Tampa Bay? Where are they at this weekend? They're somewhere getting beat. Aren't they?
Yeah.
Whoever, unless they're playing the Cardinals, they can possibly beat them. Hey, did you happen to have any Amazon stock?
No, to go up?
Oh, you guys pay attention to that yesterday?
Joe, no. Not much of an investor.
Thursday, it moved $80 a share.
Oh, boy.
Friday, $130
Oh,
a share.
wow. Because they're getting ready to open a big facility up in Chicago, aren't they? Or in the works?
It's unbelievable. But they said, what's the guy's name that owns it?
Fred Smith.
Flintstone.
Jimmy Jones.
They said out of the 400 wealthiest people in the world, he passed up 350 of them yesterday by noon.
Wow.
$10 billion he made by noon.
Why?
Because of stock going up.
I know, but there had to be some kind of announcement or something.
I believe it's all behind. They said one of their annual estimates were going to be $25 billion, and they made $26 billion. So everybody jumped on.
I wish I could jump on. I could probably buy a third of a stock.
It's like $1,100 and some dollars now.
Oh, can't even do that.
It's interesting to just
How much
see
you
all
have?
that happen. I got 1,000 shares of it, and I'm gonna keep working. No, I don't have any of it. It's very interesting, though. I think that stuff's very interesting.
Do you?
You guys are making a lot of money doing nothing.
I'm glad this is a sports show, not a financial show.
We just had the choir on.
You're preaching. You're preaching to the choir.
Yeah, you're exactly right. We had a good sports show today.
We did.
We talked some football.
It's good when you can have
talked
other
a little
people
baseball.
come in and talk, because we had, Jeb Odam, he called in. He's getting ready for a big playoff game today, as well as a lot of other area teams. So, yeah, it's a good day.
And it won't be long. The round ball will be here. When's that
round
practice
ball,
start?
I think, starts
High school basketball.
November. Me and Jim were just discussing this. November 6th, maybe, 13th. Yeah, we're wanting to maybe get out to the high school and, do a big old thing out there.
Yeah, I'm sure.
But, yeah, basketball season is around. Like we talked about last week, I went down to Carlinville, meet the Beavers. They're getting ready to
Wally.
as Jim chuckles, dirty-minded old man. But
chuckling about Wally.
leave it to the Beavers. But they just had all their team pictures done, so they're getting ready to kick off their season. Illinois is going to kick off their preseason next Friday. They're going to be at Eastern Illinois for the NCAA allowed an extra game for hurricane relief efforts. So
really?
I guess all proceeds will be donated to hurricane relief. So Illinois will be to Eastern Illinois. So if you want to get a first look at how Illinois is going to be this year, get on over to Charleston next Friday, 7th. I believe I will be. Yeah, I'm planning on it. Let's put it that way.
That's good.
So, yeah, that'd be exciting. After they get their guy AO, I think we already talked about that. And, exciting things going on. And, yeah, basketball is right around the corner.
Who was the number 2 guy or something they were trying to get? There was a guy that we were trying to get that guy? Horton Tucker, I guess that was the number 2 guy in the state. He's going to Iowa State. Chose Iowa State. So. Well, we're not for him anymore.
Nope. But yeah, once again, we're at Graue Chevrolet. Come on out for their fundraiser. Next week, we're going to be at Jake's. Hopefully, Jake will be with us.
Maybe inside, maybe not. He might be in the McDonald's drive-up.
I think he just needs to give us a key.
That's a good idea.
Get us a key.
Give you a key.
All right. Well, speaking of key, there's a key point in the show right now. It's over.
Yeah. Some happy people about that.
Like, thank the Hampton Inn. They brought us some, looks like some breakfast burritos or something over there. Need to dig into. So thank them.
Why wouldn't we?
For that and the coffee. You can always check out our stuff on Channel 5 or online at WLCN.online.
And don't forget, there's still time to pop downtown right now and go trick-or-treating with the mayor. I forgot about that.
You have to go do that?
Yep.
All right.
Go downtown, hand out some candy.
Joe's going downtown, and maybe he'll hand out some Sloppy Joe.
Sloppy Scotties.
Sloppy Joe. Sloppy Joes. All right, we'll talk to you next Saturday from Jake's Furnishings.
Good day.